What's up, everybody? Welcome to another Writer's Ring. We are Fantasy Booking Week number 4 for our Raw versus SmackDown. Yeah, okay, Raw versus SmackDown GM mode is what I was about to say. This is fucking weird.
Yeah, we're doing our own WWE 2K moment of our book GM. This is our GM manager moment. No, we're pretty much this is us doing our not how we can book better, but just more of let's take a crack at
how we would book. How we would book it.
The Writer's Ring or fantasy booking. Yeah.
Yeah, there's how Adam would book. Here's how we book. That's it. But there is a huge Black Wednesday elephant in the room.
Yeah, we can't ignore this.
No, we can't. A lot of the talent that we use have been released as of a couple Wednesdays ago now, if I'm not mistaken.
It's been a while. And to everybody at home, we do want to apologize that you have not seen us in a while. It's clear, everybody, with this whole situation, not with WWE, but this whole shutdown in general.
Yeah,
we've all had to prioritize. I mean, sure, we may have time on our hands, but that doesn't mean that we're always free to, let's say, do another Writer's Ring or get in touch with everybody. We have to realize, take stock of what we got, take stock of our finances, especially
ration out food.
Yeah. So, this has not been one of our immediate, but we did not forget about you guys. We did not forget about this. We love doing this. And if you saw our last 3 episodes, how much we talk about this stuff, we do love doing this. But we wanted to do something different for you guys because we understand we tend to go on booking, leading to 2 or 3 hour segment.
Usually 4 if my power goes out a couple of times.
Yeah. So Travis and I have come together with I believe, a good solution. Why don't you explain to them?
Okay. So long story short, here's what we're doing. We're going to go through, basically for this week, we're going to test this out and see what our numbers are as far as time to record and do this is.
Yes.
But right now we started this before we went live, and this was unfortunately streamed live as an unlisted video because it's literally 12:30 in the morning for me and it's 9:30 over there for him, and it's a little late to be doing this, so this will be released the next day, which is fine. There just won't be any live comments, so leave them down below and tell us how bad we're sucking at this, because that's all the internet is, especially the IWC.
But we do welcome some. We do welcome some constructive criticism. I mean, we want to tighten this up. We want to make this ship sail much easier down the road. So then
exactly.
Start inviting more people, so it won't be just the 2 of us to see every day.
Right. So that being said, what we're going to do is we planned out this entire card before we went live. We planned it out. We went through segments. We did all the hour stuff. Usually what you saw before, we did it before.
Yeah, pretty much the last 3 episodes. The only difference in this time, you're not going to get our immediate reaction to when we propose something. We've already planned this stuff out. We've already written it down. But hopefully what we have proposed to you guys, you will love. But if you do like us pitching out on the fly and then putting together a show so you can see our genuine reactions to our ideas, don't be afraid to leave a comment, but we will try to change it up so where we're not wasting all of your time here.
Right.
I mean, maybe you guys love looking at 3-hour YouTube live streams of people just discussing and talking. I mean, I know that's one of the reasons why Twitch is popular, because you get to see people, your favorite gamers, play while talking to your Q&As. So who knows? So, maybe we can move that. Maybe we can work something like that.
So, yeah. That being said, this is a temporary thing because we want to see how this works for a week or 2. I will leave a poll somewhere up in the
iCard, maybe. Yeah,
the iCard over there, kind of, maybe over Ryan's head, but right there. But we'll have a poll up there for you guys if you want to see what's going on there. But beyond that, we are doing just Raw tonight, just Raw. And like this Friday, we should have time to just do SmackDown and see if we can just knock these out. And again, see what our times are. Because if we can condense a 2 or 3 hour show or episode into an hour and a half tops, that we would, for that we can do that. And then if we want to do this for audio, we can just kind of cut it there and ship it out elsewhere. But with all that being said, did we already discuss the wrestlers that have been cut yet, or are we still in the process of doing it?
Well, right now, here's what we agreed on regarding the wrestlers that have been let go, and there are a lot of them. Unfortunately, we don't have the list on hand, but what we are going to say is those that are cut. In our minds right now for our fantasy booking, they're not cut. Mainly because they were dropped off out of the blue. They were let go out of the blue. And right now their futures are on hold. So we don't know when this whole thing lives, when the whole situation is set down is taken care of. WWE might rehire them back, or they finally decide they're going to move on to greener pastures. So until we see them pop up in any independent booking shows, or we see them show up in AEW, or maybe a few might pop back up on NXT again, who knows? Until then, the wrestlers that were let go, they are still going to be wrestlers on our fantasy booking. This is technically, like we've said before, this is an alternate timeline. We're doing things outside of the WWE's booking style, so we can give you guys something fresh, some competent style storytelling that doesn't try to sacrifice or try to play down your intelligence.
Yes, and just by hearing us talk alone, you can see why we're doing this pre-recorded, because we are exhausted. Now, if you want to go into a quick list of who was released, I have this. I have it pulled up via Cultaholic. If you want, I can do that. We can just shoot off the names real quick.
Yeah, we can definitely do that, and then maybe we can have a link in the bio as well, so then people will know.
Yeah,
because we might touch on these guys again, honestly, especially with some of the matches that we have prepped up.
Right. So, top of the list is Drake Maverick, Kurt Hawkins, Carl Anderson, Luke Gallows, Heath Slater, Aiden English, Eric Young, EC3, Leo Rush, Kurt Angle, Sarah Logan, Mike Chioda, who was a longtime referee, Primo, Epico, Rowan, Mike Kanellis, Maria Kanellis, Zack Ryder, Noah Jose, wow, Rusev, damn, Donna. Now, these might be some people that are backstage or some NXT talent. I'm not really sure which as of yet.
There were some NXT talent they released as well. I know Deonna Purrazzo, she was shown on Raw a couple times.
Yeah.
She was released. I know Peyton Royce, one half of the Iconics, she was released. Kurt Hawkins was released.
I'm not through with this yet.
Go for it. Keep going. Go ahead.
But I even said Kurt Hawkins like early in this thing. Deonna, like you said, Deonna Purrazzo, Alexander Jaksic, MJ Jenkins, Tyrina Conti.
Conti.
Thank you. Tino Sabatelli. Okay, I was going to get there. Nick Orgrinelli.
What?
Ogarelli. Oh.
Let's just keep. He's probably most likely an NXT talent I've not seen yet.
Yeah. Cesar Bononoy. I have no idea.
Minari. Let's keep going.
Mars Lang and Dorian Mack, M-A-K.
So and then they had these other superstars during that time, as I've mentioned. Peyton Royce, because he was a late addition.
Yeah, Cassius Ohno was also, I think, another one that was
released. Yeah, he was released as well.
Let me see if I can find another list that's a bit more up to date. Let's see. Last one I saw, that was as of April 18th, 16th, 19th, 18th, 15th, 16th. Here we are. That's April 24th. Let's see how that. Oh, here we are. Updated. This is from PW Mania. Updated list of WWE releases and furloughs. All the people we mentioned earlier. Second, clearing all the ads and junk out of here. Sorry. And so it's Cassius Ohno, Yefig, wow, Mohammed Fahim, Marcos Gomes. If you want to skip ahead, I'll leave a time cut as to when I get through with all these names, because it's going to be a
don't worry, guys. Yeah.
Edgar Lopez, Hassan Degali, Cain Velasquez was released, and Curtis Axel.
Yeah.
Producers and coaches that were released: Kurt Angle, Lance Storm, Shane Helms, Sarah Stock, Scott Armstrong, Billy Kidman, Fit Finley, Pat Buck, Sean Daivari, Mike Rotunda, Serena Deb, Ace Steele, Kendo Kashin, Gerald Briscoe. Referees that got released, again, the aforementioned Mike Yoda. For announcers and presenters, again, the aforementioned in English. Jerry Soto for the Spanish announce table. John Cusato,
I think that's how it says.
Quas, yeah. Josiah Williams, Alyssa Moreno. Other staff that was let go is Andrea Listenberger, who was part of creative. Joe Villa, manager publicity and corporate communications, as well as Kirwin Syphilis, director of television. And this was all confirmed as of April 30th. These were all the up-to-date releases thus far. And again, that I will leave the link to this in the description below, and I will actually copy this right now.
And as many of you have already noticed that, well, not of course, some of you who are in here who love wrestling and know of the WWE Black Wednesday, you know it completely sucks. They were like going. For us, hearing that news sucks too, because there was definitely some selected wrestlers on that cut list that we had booked in our fantasy booking. And as I stated earlier, until we know of their futures, where they go after this, right now, they're not cut in our minds. Once we start getting reports, once we start getting insiders on where they're going to be in their wrestling careers, for right now in our fantasy booking, we're going to continue booking them the way that we planned. And once we do learn, we will slowly start to change the style. We're not going to react immediately to this.
Right. It'll be transitioned into.
Yes. So until then, guys, just sit back, listen. Hopefully you will enjoy our storyline, seeing where we're going to take certain wrestlers. And from there on, hopefully, and if this works, this little format that we're doing works, you'll be seeing some not only shorter episodes, but you're going to see a lot more of these come out weekly, maybe bi-weekly, perhaps.
Well, hopefully not bi-weekly, because then we have to do like 2 a week.
Well,
not 2. Is that what you mean? 2 a week, not once every 2 weeks?
That's what I'm saying. Like you'll get to see 2.
Okay.
That's what I'm saying. By week, 2 weeks though. Like I'm not saying we don't need to do this weekly because other than this, we got other things. We got other things on our plate. I'm just saying, if this works, we can easily meet up, squash this, plan for about 45, 50 minutes, and then we can record, do this within an hour or so. That's like 2 hours of our time done. Boom. And then we can do that again another time. And then soon there, you guys, we're going to be able to book these without having to take so many notes down.
Right. So with that being said, with all this being done, updated everything else, and I literally did this as we were going because I had this originally put for Fantasy Booking WWE Raw and SmackDown week 4, not Raw week 4. I fixed it. Don't worry about it. It still says Raw and SmackDown. Don't get mad at me. But that being said, let's get on to our stuff. And of course, along with everyone else, we send our condolences, although they are late. We send our sympathies, not condolences for someone who died. Our sympathies. And we are trying to be for you. We're here for you guys, for the wrestlers and the employees that have been released from WWE. And of course, if you want to support these guys during these times of hardship, ProWrestlingTees.com, and just buy their merch, because that's literally how they're doing this right now. So
yeah, don't go to WWE to buy their merch because that's just going to the company. Look for their individual t-shirts on any individual wrestling site that sells them. Support them. Make sure that they're doing okay. Or you can just send them your well wishes to their private social medias. You don't have to be all forthcoming and go, I'm donating $100 just to make sure you guys get through. Yeah. I'm pretty sure they will be fine, but we can still show that we like them as wrestlers, and we hope to see them utilized much better in the future.
Also, one thing I would suggest to do, because I don't plug things all that often, one thing I would suggest plugging, I'm not going to suggest plugging, I'm going to say go ahead and follow, because it's a fun watch every now and again, is Zack Ryder or Matt Cardona and Brian Myers. They're, I forget what the thing's called, but it's basically them toy shopping, which is always fun. And you get to learn a few things, not only about them, but about like different brands and toys and such, which is always a blast because they're nerding out as much as we would. But I want to give them a plug, and I will leave the link for that in the description below. Beyond that, is there anything else we can try and give as much love and care to for
I mean, I would love to talk about. I would love to put some support for wrestling podcasts, but to be honest, at this point, because of this whole shutdown, that's been the last thing I've been listening to as podcasts. Maybe once every 3 or 4 weeks. Yeah, it's been that much.
Yeah.
But even then, if you guys know certain wrestling podcasts out there, go ahead, listen to them, give them good reviews, like listen to their episodes.
Yeah.
And even then, without this time, no matter what your feelings are towards the company, there are still some wrestlers in WWE's employment that do deserve support. And as much as a part of me wants to cut myself off from WWE immediately, there are still wrestlers that I still love watching. There's still wrestlers I love just on screen, making sure they get TV time. Until that time, with that being said, Travis, let's get into this. Let's talk.
Yes, let's. And by the way, just before we get right into it, the YouTube channel for Zack Ryder and Brian Myers is called the Major Wrestling Figure Podcast. I'm going to leave it there, and that's all I'm going to say about that.
Yeah.
That's the last thing I'd mention on it, because, again, they deserve this. They deserve better than that. Yeah. So I'll leave a link for that in the description below.
And now, with all that out of the way, guys, previously on the Writers' Ring, in week 3 of Monday Night Raw, here's what went down on week 3 of Monday Night Raw. I repeated myself twice. Not making it happen, but let's do this. In our opening segment, in our opening match, we had our 4-way elimination match for the number 1 contendership for the United States title. And we had that and our 4 contenders were Buddy Murphy, Aleister Black, Ricochet, and Carl Anderson. But before the match began, Carl Anderson was found backstage, laid out. And while the wrestlers were in the ring trying to figure out what the heck happened, we hear the music of EC3. He comes out with a chair and a kendo stick. He sits on top of the ramp with the microphone and goes, "Look, guys, your match was going to be fantastic. No doubt a head turner. But as I stated before, I'm here to make an impact. And Edge was not my only target. I'm gunning for a championship." So EC3 inserts himself into the fatal 4-way elimination match. And from there on, the match played out like this. We had a confident 4-way match, which ended up with Buddy Murphy.
I think it was also just, I don't think you've mentioned this. It was also an elimination fatal 4-way. I don't think that was mentioned yet. But yeah.
I did say elimination match. I didn't say it was a 4-way. That's right.
No, I think he said did the other one. But anyway, fatal 4-way elimination fatal 4-way is what we got.
But the fatal 4-way, we had starting off with the wrestlers ganging up on EC3 because, he's an asshole. But then, of course, it later on went to Aleister and Ricochet teaming up to take down Buddy Murphy, and then it went to Aleister and Ricochet fighting each other. Later, But then during the match, Buddy Murphy tries to get a sneak attack or a sneak roll-up. That didn't work. What happens? He gets a black mass from Aleister Black, and he's the first person eliminated. And then from there, we lead to our first commercial break of the night. We cut back. EC3's in the ring, just, being cocky, foot stomps. But then during the match, it starts getting competitive with Aleister being the booked heavy favorite, going in blow for blow against EC3. But when Aleister Black is going for a submission move, Ricochet comes in with a cross body onto breaking up the submission hold. And this gives EC3 plenty of time to throw Ricochet into a corner post and then roll up Aleister Black, grabbing the tights, eliminating Aleister Black in the fatal 4-way, leaving it between Ricochet and EC3. And then during that time, while Aleister is arguing with the ref because of what happened, EC3 grabs that kendo stick and chair that he had brought from the ramp that was left at ringside. He grabs the kendo stick and starts leveling Ricochet with it. He's trying to make sure Ricochet can't get back up, but Ricochet, as the underdog, as the athletic man, as the guy who is portrayed as a superhero, he constantly keeps coming back over and over until EC3, for the last time, grabs a kendo stick. Ref sees it, grabs it, taking out the ring. EC3 slides a chair in and does the 1%er onto Ricochet on the chair, and then he pushes the chair out and covers Ricochet for the pin for the 1, 2, 3 for the victory.
Never mind. No, continue. Just keep going. Because the only thing I was thinking was, like, since this was a fatal 4-way elimination match, wouldn't the no DQ rule kind of keep in?
I was not considering that, honestly. I was thinking of EC3 trying to be crafty, being himself.
No. That works just as well. I'm just in my head. If I'm wrong about that rule, again, let me know down in the comments.
No, I'm pretty sure there is a no DQ rule, but because we were booking this, I was trying to play as a crafty strategist, or at least as a crafty heel, instead of just an opportunist.
Yeah, that's fine. That's fine.
After that, we had commentary, pretty much talking about the historic women's tag tournament. We went backstage, and then we just do a backstage look at camera position where you see Ruby Riott and Lana, who've been paired together, and they're just talking. Cameras on them backstage. You don't hear them what they say. Then we lead into a commercial break to our Money in the Bank. Well, after that commercial break, we come back. We kick off with a Money in the Bank qualifier match with Zack Ryder going up against Kevin Owens. And this match is 100% solid. We had the match with Kevin Owens. What? Oh,
I was going.
Yeah, I thought. Yeah, I know. Like I said, it was 100% solid. Zack Ryder, he's trying to fight hard, but Kevin Owens at this time, he's slowly reverting back to the prize fighter. So he takes none of Zack Ryder's shit, and he finishes him. And he ends up beating him down. Does like 3 cannonballs on him in the corner, and these cannonballs are meant to hurt Ryder. So then when he throws him to the ropes, he finishes him not with the stunner, but with the pop-up powerbomb.
Yeah.
That's right, guys. We brought back the pop-up powerbomb. It's no longer going to be just a setup attack or an attack he does out of the blue. This is once again a finisher to show Kevin Owens is back for business.
Yes.
And with that done, our next match is another match in the women's tag tournament, and it is the Kabuki Warriors versus Ruby Riott and Lana. Now, this one is also a similar squash match, but the difference is Lana's the one getting her ass kicked, while Ruby Riott is the competent one of this group. But unfortunately, it just ends with Kairi Sane doing an insane elbow onto Lana, and then Asuka gets the tag, goes in, and does a bit of taunting to where she puts Lana into her Asuka lock for the submission, and the match is over.
Bye.
But after the match, Ruby Riott is a little ticked off because she kind of wanted this to be an upswing momentum from when we had her win in the Riott Squad triple threat match. But because she lost in an embarrassing fashion, she decides to take her frustrations out on Lana, leads to a post-match assault. And then that leads into a commercial break. Yeah, guys, trust me, this is a 3-hour show. We're not trying to do this on purpose, but
Yeah.
But now we get into our segment, and it is the modern day Maharaj, Jinder Mahal.
Maharaja. You forgot the ja at the end.
I'm doing that because I'm paying no respect to Jinder. No, but Jinder Mahal comes out. He talks about his assault that he had on Drew McIntyre, showing that he is as dangerous as McIntyre is. But during his praises, he's interrupted by Samoa Joe. Samoa Joe tells Mahal, you talk a lot of crap for a man who likes to attack people from behind. Now, the difference between me and you, I make sure they don't get back up. He turned his back on Mahal. Mahal hesitates. He just leaves the ring. And while Samoa Joe is leaving, we start hearing the music of our favorite new tag team, No Way Jose and R-Truth, with Jose coming out with his conga line. Truth is there, but there's a problem. Samoa Joe's walking up the ramp, and they're walking down the ramp. What's going to happen? Practically nothing, because it's just like they're slowly just stepping aside while they're still a little bit dancing. And then R-Truth...
It's basically, picture, if you will, invisible wall on the ramp. And they're like, nope, just keep dancing, don't make eye contact. R-Truth is like, he's scared. He's like, I know, shut up.
And we got R-Truth like in the middle with some of the people in the conga line, and he just goes, okay. He pretty much does the Goomba exit. Well, he's just walking off on the side with his crab legs.
It's like, but can go over here.
And that leads into our tag match that was teased from week 2, AOP versus No Way Truth. But this is just a recap, guys. So here it was. They get their asses handed to him. Truth tries to do his 24/7 tricks, but unfortunately realized they don't work against guys like Akam and Razor. So guess what? Jose has to pretty much take care of the heat here. And because of his size and agility compared to Akam and Razor, he puts up confidently. But Truth, at this moment, he starts to get cocky, tags in Jose, but they're gelling a bit. But then guess what happens? Akam and Razor, they try to do the Super Collider. Truth, through some surprising ingenuity, is able to get out of the Super Collider into a roll-up that leads into their win against AOP.
Yes.
That's right, ladies and gentlemen. No Way Truth beats the authors of Pain.
Oh my God.
How's that for an underdog story?
But how's that for a swerve?
Yeah. But you think that ends there? No. After the victory, AOP in defeat walks backstage. But guess who moves them past the curtain? It's a disappointed Seth Rollins. He goes, really? You guys couldn't beat them? You are the most dangerous men in this room. You have beaten the Viking Raiders and the Good Brothers more times than I can count on my hand, and you couldn't beat two slackers. And so next week. Oh, go ahead.
I was about to say I would legit call them jobbers, but we're not planning week 2 or planning we're planning week 4. Never mind. Continue.
Now, Seth says, since you guys couldn't do it, I'm going to show you how it's done. Brother Murphy and I are going to do this. So then for week 4, it was Rollins and Murphy versus No Way Truth. Now that's done. Moving on into the second hour of the show, we get also a tease for week 4 next week, a continuation of the women's tag tournament where it's Liv Morgan and Sarah going up against the Iconics. And yes, guys, at this point, we've talked about wrestlers who have been let go, like EC3, Sarah, and Peyton Royce. But like I said, but like we said, gentlemen, ladies and gentlemen, this is our show. We are not giving up on them just yet. But
keyword is yet.
Yeah. But moving forward, after the tease for next week and the hype from the commentators, we start to hear the music of our Raw Women's Champion, Becky Lynch. She comes out to do a promo to remind everybody Bianca Belair may be the call-up. Nia Jax may have returned, but there is still a women's champion, and that is her. She has proven throughout the year she has beaten Ronda Rousey. She's beaten every competitor up against her. She has fought in Hell in the Cell matches, submission matches, ladder matches.
There's only one man, and you're looking at her.
Yes, pretty much. Yeah, everything. And then, of course, she called out Nia Jax to tell her she has not forgotten what happened before Survivor Series. She has not forgotten that she had to spend nearly a month off of the active roster because Nia had to break her face
and give her a concussion.
Yes. And of course, Nia Jax comes out. Nia, of course, is going to say something, but Becky, being the champ, just knocks the mic out of her hand where they just have a standoff.
Yes.
Of course, you don't hear what they're saying, but then there's this one small gesture from Nia to where it's this easy. It's that easy. Where Becky just puts her women's title right in her face. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we are definitely nearing the end of Raw when we get to Andrade, Angel Garza, and Zelina as they come out to the ring. Zelina addresses the situation regarding his Andrade's United States Championship. But before she can get into more, who's she interrupted by? That's right, the new #1 contender, EC3. And of course, EC3 comes out, praises Andrade, talks up Zelina, tries to be the suave guy, but Zelina, she's taking yes.
She's literally like, hey, what you doing? I'm just like, I'm married, you moron. He goes, that's all right.
But EC3
goes, ain't no shame in that.
EC3 being the swarmy dick. But before what happens, before EC3 can continue, Zelina stops him and she says, look, you're not the only one who wants to make an example out of Edge. So what she's asking for, she wants her client, Angel Garza, to go up against Edge in a singles match. But Edge comes out and he says, Zelina, I would love to teach your little protege a lesson in respect and teach you what it's like to be a manager. But at this time, I'm not here to compete. But if you are looking for a fight, I do have a couple of gentlemen with me. I do have a couple of brawlers. No, actually, I have a couple of prophets that may actually help you out. No,
I wouldn't call them prophets because it's
not. That feels very WWE. That feels very WWE writing style. Honestly, that's on the nose.
It does, and it's also not spelled that way.
No. How about this? No. Instead of this, Zelina. But if you and your,
it's like Zelina. If Andrade and
Angel,
whatever his name is, no. It's literally no. It's literally Edge being like,
okay. Sorry,
Andrade and him, whatever your name is. If you want to fight, I have a couple of people who want the smoke, so they'll be able to give you a fight tonight.
Yeah.
Then you just have the crowd. Chad crowd. We want smoke. We want smoke.
Come out. Ford, starts talking them down, and then we get into Garza and Andrade going up against Street Profits. And of course, throughout the match, shenanigans happen. EC3, Zelina, and Edge all get thrown out by the referee, which of course pisses off Andrade and Garza.
Yes.
But throughout their distraction, what happens? Garza gets his week by Montez Ford and Angelo. He gets spewed into next week by Angelo Dawkins. Ford does a beautiful high kick onto Andrade, knocking him out the ring. Drop kick, a high drop kick on Andrade, knocking him out the ring. Ford goes to the Tom Burgle, does his beautiful high flying frog splash for the 1, 2, 3, getting that W. And of course, we'll have a replay showing how beautiful that frog splash was, seeing the heights he gets. But then that's how it ends. And then, finally, ladies and gentlemen, our closing segment, McIntyre really teed off from what happened. Assault from Jinder. He tells Jinder, if you are too scared to face me one-on-one since you hit me from behind, how about this? I get myself a partner, you get yourself a partner, and we have ourselves a good old-fashioned tag team match. That way, you have somebody in your corner that you feel safe and confident with. Mahal.
Not even that. It's like you have someone you can hide behind.
And of course, Mahal is on the microphone, far away, talking shit, and goes, I will accept. Commercial break.
Yes.
We come back. Mahal enters, and he says, you know what, Drew? Since you like to see yourself as athletically gifted, I got myself also not just athletically gifted, but he's superior to you in every way. And then we hear Shelton Benjamin's music.
I was gonna say he's the gold standard.
I mean, after what I just did with Edge, I'm just laying off on the whole WWE cliches right now.
I know, but it's literally like his thing. It was his thing. Let's bring that back.
Yeah, it really was his thing. Yeah, it was. So, yeah, you can go and lean on that. Go for it. Yeah. You bring out the gold standard. And then, of course, McIntyre.
Comes out.
Yeah.
I like
smiling in the ring because he goes, and of course, he's like,
but
no, you do it then. You do it.
Yeah, because here's the thing. It's like this was set up earlier, like at the top of the show. Basically, is where this usually would have started. Yeah. And then what would have happened was this is the main event. So they're already down there, and Mahal revealed
his opponent, his partner,
his tag partner. Yeah, in a wow. I was gonna say reviewed, and then I'm gonna say post-credit scene. No, backstage interview. I miss going to the movies. Can't you tell?
Yeah, same here. I miss it.
But then they're already in the ring. And it's like, bring whoever you got. Bring little 5 foot nothing you got. So McIntyre gets down to again where the ringside meets the ramp. He goes 3, 2, 1, and he points down the ramp, looking at the ramp, and all you hear is Rusev Fudrya, Rusev Mashka, which, if I remember correctly, popped you pretty hard.
Oh yeah, I loved it. Because I was also scared of Jinder like shaking in his boots. He's like, at this point, Jinder realized he fucked up. And then, of course, in this our match, we get, of course, Mahal. Oh, go for it.
Speaking of which, since you said that, I want to kind of retroactively have the crowd chant two things. Either Rusev Day or you fucked up, you fucked up, you fucked up.
Actually, instead of you fucked up, it's more of Rusev's gonna kill you.
Rusev's gonna kill you. Rusev's gonna kill you. I like
so
that
every
better.
time Mahal is tagged into that match, you hear Rusev's gonna
kill you.
So we can have Mahal be more of he does one move and then tags immediately back out. So we're doing most of the dirty work until Mahal feels like he can capitalize. But then in the end, Rusev and McIntyre win with Rusev doing a Machka kick onto Mahal, but Mahal pushed into the corner where a blind tag from Benjamin comes in. Benjamin tries to do some pay dirt on Rusev, but Rusev catches him, turns it into a fallaway slam, and then Machka kick, and then he uses the accolade to make Benjamin tap. And that closes out Monday Night Raw Week 3.
Yes. He will break you.
So far, we are definitely I mean, I didn't time how long this took. Maybe I should start doing that now so we can stay on track. But now, ladies and gentlemen, you are caught up on Week 3. You've been recapped on Week 3. Now, let's move into Week 4. We are getting close to money. We are now we're on the move towards Money in the Bank. We're going to have another match in the women's tag team tournament, another Money in the Bank qualifier match.
Another one.
Yes.
Another one.
Don't worry, guys. It won't be consistent, but here we are. We already have plans tonight within Raw. We are going to have Rollins and Murphy going up against No Way Truth for Rollins to get retribution for what happened to his boys, the AOP.
I love that match.
Also, another tag team that we had set up is Liv Morgan and Sarah once again paired together to go up against the Iconics, Peyton Royce and Billie Kay. And so, ladies and gentlemen, let's get started with Week 4 of Monday Night Raw.
Yeah, twisted.
What's the music that Raw's using now?
Let the body sit. No, it was ECW.
No, that was. Whoa. It's legendary, yeah. Never gonna keep me down.
I don't know. It works, I guess.
That's the song they use for the opening for the signature. Yeah. But all right, here we go. It's because it ends with I don't know. See, but here we go, ladies and gentlemen. We kick off Monday Night Raw with
going down tonight. We'll stop standing until we burn it to the ground. Sorry, I got a whole other Raw era theme in my head right now. Sorry.
No worries. Okay, guys, but like I was saying, we kicked off Monday Night Raw with the Street Profits. They come out, even though they were victorious. Let's see, Montez Ford says, even though your boy Dawkins and I, we were victorious in our match going up against Garza and Andrade, we could not help but notice that their little pet, Zelina, kept barking up at our heels. But then, of course, that nosy, greasy, wannabe, slime, dirt, Rick Rude looking son of a bitch, EC3, tries to get himself involved with our business, which was lucky for us, fam, because we had our boy, the rated R superstar.
No. They wouldn't even say rated R superstar. It'd be like the rated R. Then you'd hear like Dawkins go, superstar.
Yes. Edge in our corner, taking care of business, but they got kicked out. So Dawkins and I feel that Edge wants blood. We want to continue this train. So how about EC3 come out and Andrade, Angel Garza can go up against your boys, the Street Profits, and the rated R superstar Edge in a 6-man tag match.
Yes. Then we hear EC3's music. And EC3 comes out and he's just like, listen. As much as I would love to kick the PG-13 superstar's ass again, and your ass, I don't got time for this. I have something else I have to do later on tonight. So I'm out. Sorry, but I'm out. And I don't want to spend any more time in your general vicinity than I have to. I have things that are more important than dealing with whatever this is. And he turns 3/4 of the way to turn back up the ramp and spear.
Yeah.
He just gets speared out of his shoes. And he's just done. And then Edge just stands there like, throws his hair back like he does and just sits there. Just
yeah. And of course, commentary going to be like, what? I don't know what their signature move is. Like, Edge just speared EC3 into last year. No, I'm going to do even better than that, Joseph. Edge just speared the soul out of EC3. And Jerry, of course, as a heel, he's going to go, well, given that this is Edge, given this Edge is no surprise, he always likes to pick people when they're not looking. Just like his marriage and just like his 10 times he won as WWE champion, hinting at him being married to Vicky Guerrero in a previous storyline.
I know!
Oh. With that happening, of course, we move to the commentators. They're introducing themselves. I'm Big Joseph. This is Byron Saxton and Jerry the King Lawler. I welcome you to Monday Night Raw. And to kick off Monday Night Raw, we're going to start with our call-up. We're going to start with the next match in the women's tag team tournament as Liv Morgan and Sarah Logan go against Billy Kay and Peyton Royce, the Iconics. And then we lead to a gorilla position where Charlie is talking to Sarah and Liv real quickly. Sarah pretty much just says Liv may not have been her first choice as a partner, especially after what happened in their triple threat match, but she's moving forward. She's tired of not being valued as a fighter. She's going to go out there. She doesn't care if she's got to do it by herself. She is going to beat the Iconics, move forward to go to the finals of the women's tag tournament. But Liv, on the other hand, because we all remember those promos and vignettes of Liv saying you're going to see the real her. She's going to have a new leaf. Liv realized the error of her ways after the triple threat match and realized she has not been the best friend because of Ruby's betrayal. She felt that Sarah was going to do the same thing to her. And throughout the entire weeks leading up to that match, even though we realized WWE never did book that match because they cut Sarah Logan when we could have gotten that payoff. That being said, in our fantasy booking, we did get that match. But Liv says to Sarah, I am sorry. I know I'm not going to earn your forgiveness, but I'm going to prove it to you that I am 100% in on us as a team. We were part of the Elimination Chamber. We were part of the first opportunity to be crowned the women's tag team champions. We're going to get there again. And then we get Liv Morgan's music playing because I don't remember what Sarah Logan's music sounds like. And then we go there. But now they're in the ring, which gets us to possibly one of our favorites, my favorite characters, the Iconics. They come out with their music. And then, of course, they're walking towards the ring, and it's just they're healing it out. They're healing the world. They're just like, so tell me again, Peyton, why we have to do this tournament again. I mean, we were the longest reigning women's tag team champions, and we're going up against two besties that were enemies, and now they're friends again. Tell me, Peyton, does this feel familiar to you? Oh, it does. It certainly does feel familiar to me. It feels like I've seen this before. Like I've watched this before. Like, who does this sound familiar to? Lita and Trish? Check. No. Oh, no. Yeah.
Nah. Like, nah, that can't be it.
Yeah. How about Kane and X-Pac?
Nah, still doesn't sound right.
Trish and Mickie James?
Nah, still doesn't sound right.
Oh, wait. How about the formerly co-women's champions, Michelle McCool and Layla Cool?
No, still no. You're close, but it's more recent than that. It's more recent than that. Wherever it's recent.
Such a young woman. Let's think back to when she was still like, barely in a training bra to the time of Triple H and Shawn Michaels, D-Generation X.
No, it's no. It's recent. It's really recent. Like it's the past year. Like
didn't we just see friends become enemies, become friends again for women's tag? That's right, Bailey and Sasha.
Yeah, that's it.
That's what you you are. You're the discount Bailey and Sasha. The difference is none of you are champions. But we were champions, and we're going to do it again. And Sarah, you may have said you're tired of being overlooked. Well, guess what? You're going to be overlooked again. Because with us, because so far, Sarah, your future is bleak. But for us, the future is iconic.
I would have yelled it, but I have neighbors.
No worries. Yeah.
It's 1 a.m.
Yeah. After the Iconics promo, they go into the ring. Liv is holding back Sarah because Sarah is pissed. But Sarah decides to get herself into the corner, and Liv is going to start the match. So what we have is Liv is handling, and so it falls like a similar tag team match. Liv does good back and forth, but she ends up falling to the numbers, so she takes most of the brunt. Sarah gets the hot tag later into the match, and of course, Sarah, who's been stewing, has had so many close calls of getting tagged in. She's now tagged in. She is just running a fire of Peyton to where when Peyton goes out for a tag, Sarah is just standing in the middle of the ring with like in the go position, ready for Billie Kay. Billie sees Sarah there, and then she does a take it. She looks at Peyton, she looks at Sarah. She looks at Peyton, looks at Sarah, looks at Peyton, looks at Sarah. And she just says, I'm sorry. And then she jumps off the apron, avoiding the tag. To where Peyton's on the corner, pleading. But guess what? She gets a splash from Sarah, and then another top rope splash to where Sarah does a body slam. And then Sarah goes for the pin. Billie Kay runs in, breaks up the pin, and then starts attacking her. Liv comes back in, and Liv pushes Billie Kay to the corner. She's gonna clothesline her, but Billie Kay ducks, lifts, and throws Morgan over the top rope. And then of course she and Peyton do a double team on Sarah, but Sarah starts to recover. That's it. Yeah, they get her in that position where they're going to do a double suplex on her. But while they lift Sarah in the air, Sarah brings down a knee on top of Peyton, who lets go, and then Sarah does a suplex onto Billie Kay. And then she starts getting her shit in on Peyton, and before Sarah can finish off Peyton, she sees Liv Morgan holding up Billie Kay. Sarah runs at Billie with so much fire. She does a hard clothesline that not only knocks the wind out of Billie Kay, but also knocks Liv Morgan off the apron. And then Peyton is sitting back up on sit-up position. Logan bounces off the ropes and then does a running knee onto Peyton for the 1, 2, 3, and they win. After the match, while getting her hand raised, Logan realizes that Liv's on the outside, so she rolls out there. She goes to Liv saying, we won, but Liv is a bit standoffish after what happened. So these two are not right now starting off on the best terms.
Yeah, they're not exactly on copacetic settings here.
No, they are not. But they have advanced in the tournament, so they are going to face off against another team. But we will hold that off later, because let's just say we not really have a visual bracket for you guys.
Yeah, no, we do.
So after that grueling tag match, we move on to on a lighter note. We move on to the return of Rusev, as he had come back last week. The commentators talk about Rusev making a thunderous return to Monday Night Raw. But where is Rusev going to go now? Well, right now, we're going to find out as Rusev goes up against Shelton Benjamin in a one-on-one match. Benjamin and Lawler goes, Benjamin felt upstaged. He felt robbed because it was supposed to be Benjamin's night to return. It's supposed to be Benjamin's time to shine. Instead, it was all on Rusev. So Benjamin wants Rusev one-on-one. But here's the thing. Benjamin is like in that corner. But when Rusev is coming out and then he gets into the ring, you don't see the playboy Rusev during the Lana and Lashley angle. You don't see the charming Rusev that we have come to know through his promos. You see the Rusev of old when he first showed up on Monday Night Raw, when he was in NXT, when he was the Brute. I mean, he's got that stone look on his face. The difference is he does not have Lana at his side to tell him to crush somebody. He's going to do it on his own. And that's what happens. Shelton tries to put in a great advantage, but unfortunately, with Rusev going back to basics, he just crushed. He power slams him, does a top rope fall away slam, does a half move, does like a jackhammer on him, and then which preps him up for the Machka kick, leading into the accolade for a pass out. Like Shelton's passed out. He's not tapping. He is out to where the referee rings the bell. It's over. Welcome back, Rusev, but we're so sorry, Shelton Benjamin.
It's like, welcome back and goodbye.
Yeah.
That's about how that goes right there.
We move into commercial break, ladies and gentlemen. Coming back from commercial break, we are seeing backstage Eric Young talking with Charlie. I believe you had some thoughts on this one.
Yes, I did. I would say that this is a chance for Eric to get a little shine when he's not being a jobber to the stars. Eric's going to go out there and be like, you know what? As much as I just have a disdain for EC3, he had a point. And that point was you can't wait around to be given your opportunity. You got to take it. And that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to make sure I'm in this qualifying match for the Money in the Bank ladder match. And I'm going to make sure I move on, and I'm the one who takes down that briefcase, and I'm the one that becomes the new WWE champion. I'm going to do it because I did it before elsewhere, and I'm going to do it now. So if you excuse me, I got a match to go in. And then he walks out, and everyone's like, and the commentator's like, wow, Eric Young's really fired up right now. This is the first time in a long time I've seen Eric Young this fired up about something. It's like, and they even bring up that, former leader of Sanity. I mean, he's had some wins under his belt. They've held all the gold before, I think.
He was a former NXT Tag Champion of part of Sanity.
There you go. He's won gold before. He's got that itch, and he wants to go win it again. And so he goes out. He does what he has to do. And then he's waiting for his opponent. He's sitting there like, okay, I'm ready. Let's go. And this is not the Eric Young. This isn't Showtime Eric Young from like when he was super Eric. No, just God, no. As funny as that was, no. This is Eric Young when he won the TNA World Heavyweight title. So that's the Eric Young we have here. He's out there. He's not a heel. He's babyface. He's getting ready. He's like, all right, let's do this. He's getting ready. And who should come out? Humberto Carrillo. I think I said his name right now.
Yeah, you did. Yeah, how they pronounce it, right? Carrillo.
Yeah, I have a hard time rolling. I'm white. I have a hard time rolling my R's. So that sounded a lot worse. That sounded a lot better in my head. I'm not going to say that.
Well, let's go forward with the match.
Yeah, the match. So basically, everyone, it's a well-fought match from both. But unfortunately, he just can't do it. And Humberto Carrillo is just not steamrolling, but he hits the moonsault. He gets the 1, 2, 3. Eric Young's just sitting there like, what do I gotta do? It's like he gets up, he gets him like he goes, all this time I've done this for you people. And Eric Young, EC3 was right. None of you deserve what we give. None of you. He goes on and on and on. And finally, he's like, you know what? I'm sick of this, and I got to find my own way to make my own, take my own moments. He throws the mic down and he walks out. So he's out. He's out of the match now. So Humberto Carrillo is the one who goes out and goes to the next. He goes to the ladder match, basically.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's how we did that. What was the next segment after this?
We had just a backstage segment. We see in the camera position Rollins and Murphy. They're talking amongst each other, just strategizing. You don't hear what they're saying. But
it's another one of those. Yeah, it's another muted things. Like coming up back. Later on tonight we have this match.
Yes, but then we do another camera and we see No Way Jose just walking down the hallway, like backstage in this early arena. And then all of a sudden, he's looking for truth. Like he's been asking a few grips, a few people, like, where truth is?
You've seen Truth?
Yeah.
I haven't seen him.
Yeah.
He walks up.
He's back there. And then Jose turns around and look where he sees. He sees Truth up against near a wall in a one-hand push-up position. Truth, curious, goes,
what are you doing?
Yeah, I mean, sorry. Jose, curious, asked Truth, what are you doing? Truth says, look, Jose, we climbed a huge mountain, beating AOP. No tag team was able to come up lucky like we did. But there was one man I do know who faced insurmountable odds and came out a winner. And that was my boy, Rocky Balboa, beating Ivan Drago in that nonfiction biopic, Rocky 4. And I realized for us, like my boy Rocky, we have a big challenge as well, going up against Murphy and Rollins. And they are our Apollo Creed. They're faster, they're agile, and they're smoother than us. And last time I checked, we're not that smooth. Me especially. So I figured I'd train just like my boy Rocky. How many of those push-ups have you done? Jose asked. Truth goes, well, of course, Truth, with the camera on his face, he's got that, he's contemplating. He's like, wait, how many did I do? And so Truth slightly turns his head and says, how many did I do? The camera turns, pan. You see Ricochet with an apple in his hand. And he goes, push-ups? Yeah. You did none.
You didn't do any.
You sure? Are you positive? I've been here for the past 15 minutes. Wasn't that the length of the women's tag match?
That's like, you've been there for like 15 minutes. You haven't done a thing. He goes,
15 minutes? That's normally the average length of the women's matches nowadays. How the hell do you know that? Never mind. True. Look, Jose. What I'm saying is that we need to beat Rollins and Murphy if we are going to have a shot at the Raw 24/7, 11, 365 Tag Team Championships. Can you help me up?
He goes,
what, you can't get up?
No, he's still stuck in a one-arm push-up position. Yeah. And R-Truth is like, yeah, now let's get ready to go. You know, and Jose's about ready to turn around. He goes, yeah. He goes, Jose. He goes, what? I need one favor. What's that? Help me up. It's like, I can't get up. He's like, are you serious? Like, I can't move. It's like, all right. Just pick him up from like underneath the shoulders and just lifts him up. He goes, thank you. Man, those one-arm push-ups are harder than you think. It's like,
oh, they are without doubt. Your best start with the diamond push-ups or the Japanese style push-ups before you move to one arms. But after that little funny ass segment, we get commentary doing like a bit of a okay, you see exactly why Truth is not the best. And then Lawler with the response goes, you see why I have my doubts about Truth? Well, doubts aside, King, what we have coming up next, and that is okay, hold on. King, despite your doubts, King, Truth and Jose have another big roadblock in front of them on the way of solidifying themselves as a tag team. Will the new team of R-Truth and No Way Jose beat the team of Rollins and Murphy? We'll find out coming up next. And then you fade away. WWE commercial or package, whatever.
Better team name for him. What's up, Jose?
I don't know. I mean, I still like No Way Truth.
I know.
But we can put down the back burner. We're not, I mean, we can always change.
We're not there yet, but I still like it.
Yeah.
It's an inner part of my head.
Mention, No Way Jose was also released as well.
Yeah.
Yeah. So don't worry, guys. Until we know his future, he's still gonna be part of a kooky tag team in our heads.
Yeah.
But let's keep going, guys. We are now going into the tag team match between Seth Rollins, Buddy Murphy, or Brother Murphy versus No Way Truth, or What's Up, Jose?
Yeah.
And in this match, Truth, of course, being overconfident after the Rocky movies he's watched, thinks he'll start this match up. He's gonna go the distance. He's gonna take it to him. And he is doing well against Buddy Murphy, matching him, doing the whole tie-ups, jumping over, being able to he's able to, do that little shoulder bump onto Buddy Murphy, pushing him down, but Truth gets a little overconfident. He goes, yeah, all right, I got you. You know, he's doing his little boxing. He's like, yeah, I got you. Give me him. Rollins, you get a little shade of the Rollins from the Authority where he's like, really? Or he's just kind of laughing. He's like,
that's a good Rollins laugh.
Yeah. And then so he just tells Buddy Murphy, tag me in.
It's right here.
And so Truth wants to do the same thing, those tie-ups. But when they're doing the tie-up, the moment Truth runs to the ropes, Seth grabs him, throws him to the ground, and then from there, Rollins is just running over Truth like Andre the Giant runs over any of his opponents. Truth, he tries to put up a fight every now and then going towards the corner, but Rollins, as a former tag champ, as a former champion in all rights, stops Truth and just constantly does fresh tags between him and Buddy Murphy. But later on in the match, though, Rollins makes a mistake, and Truth is able to capitalize, get out, and tag in No Way Jose for the hot tag. And from there, we start seeing No Way Jose in a firelight. He's clotheslining, he's doing body slams, he's doing corner splashes, getting himself pumped and fired up.
Great balls of fire.
True. And then of course Jose, he starts doing, I forget his moveset, but he just starts doing like punch combinations. And then he decides he's gonna end this. So he picks up Seth Rollins to do into a power bomb, but he's stopped by Buddy Murphy. Buddy Murphy starts attacking him, but Jose throws him back out, and then it's back to a back and forth. But then into the closing minutes of that match, it is Truth and Rollins. Rollins has gotten Truth down. He's getting ready to do that curve stomp on him, like he's been doing. Not the burn it. He's doing that burn it down. But of course, the crowd is not responding to him because he's the bad guy. Or there's some because they like the Messiah Rollins.
But they're chanting, "Go away!"
Yeah,
go away.
And before Rollins can make it capitalize, Truth, who has been outside of the ring, forgot that this was a tag match. So he runs in and collides with Seth into the corner to where the ref is breaking them up. And he hears this, which was Truth trying to chop Rollins, but he mistook that as a blind tag from Buddy Murphy. And Seth goes, wait, no, that was not a blind tag. We didn't tag. His hand's on the rope. He said, it doesn't matter. I heard this. And while they're arguing and Buddy Murphy is in the ring, we get Truth, does a quick German suplex on the Buddy Murphy. He turns around. Jose lifts him up for his little finisher, that little fastball special, to where Truth runs back off the rope, does his lie detector on him, rolls out the ring, and then while Rollins is arguing, he's going back under the ropes. Ref sees the pin cover, and he's all one. But then Rollins realizes halfway, and then he tries to run back in, but it's too late. The 3 happens. 1, 2, 3. No Way Truth upsets 2 wins over Rollins faction. They've beaten AOP, and now they've beaten Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins. And Seth is out of his mind. He's beside himself.
Yeah. I like
it. He doesn't know what to do with himself. He's just sitting in this corner realizing, what the was that? But while that happens, we go back to commentary, and King is shocked. He goes, what was that? You're going to tell me that this pair of slackers, this pair of losers, were able to beat our Messiah? No, this must be the end time. This is blasphemous. And then, of course, Saxton being up against, you go, call it blasphemous, call it impossible, call it heresy all you want. I call this as a miracle. This because this proves that the impossible can be done. Bless everybody. Bless No Way Truth. God bless all of us. And we're trying to be the middleman here. And we cut, and he's like, and then, of course, we cut to a commercial break, guys.
Yeah.
Okay, I am loving this idea that we're doing with Truth.
Me too. This is great.
I'm really just pitching this makes me upset that No Way Jose was released. Because we find out his future. we might have to say goodbye to this team. Oh, the sense of dread is looming amongst us, guys. But
no,
the shutdown has been lifted yet. We are going to soldier on.
Yes, we are.
Come back from commercial. We're back to commentary again, and they decide to talk about a certain superstar who has not had the best luck, and that is Bobby Lashley and Lana. Since WrestleMania, Lana has gotten her ass handed to her on multiple occasions. As we have seen, as from week 2, she thought she could show up Bianca Belair. It just ended with her getting her ass whooped, literally and figuratively.
I got no hair, but you get the idea.
Yeah, she got hair whipped, and then she just got red, and she got bloody. Not literally, but she's got her ass whipped in so many ways. So,
and she got Lashley whipped.
Yeah.
In more ways than one.
She can move forward by going to the women's tag tournament. Guess what? She lost, got her ass whipped, not only by the Kabuki Warriors, but by Ruby Riott. So Lashley wants to turn his fortunes around. And so, ladies and gentlemen, we're going to take a match that WWE had put at WrestleMania 36, and we're going to put it here. Bobby Lashley against Aleister Black. The difference is we got a large crowd here with us. So we know the crowd is not behind Lashley or Lana. They are all behind Aleister. But this match is pretty much a simple one. It's 100% athletic match. It's like a grueling 15-minute match between these gentlemen. But near the end of the match, Lashley has Aleister. Aleister tries to do a double knees off the turnbuckle, but Lashley was able to stop Aleister. He does a top rope suplex on him. With Aleister rolling away, Lashley is in the corner. He is setting himself up for a spear.
He's got that 3-point stance going.
Yeah. But while he's setting himself up, what do we hear off the side? We hear Lana. She's cheering on Lashley. She's telling him to break him. She's telling him to destroy him, crush his spirit. Lashley.
Mind you, she's not at ringside. She's on the apron doing this.
Yeah, that's right.
Just add that.
On the apron. Because she's trying to support her husband, her hubby, her new man. But Lashley is frustrated, and he's not having any of it. He went without even missing a beat. He slowly gets up, turns to Lana, and yells, "Shut up! And get down!"
Not even get down. He just says, "Shut up!" And she's taken aback, and she just, okay,
yeah, that works. Shut up. That's all he has to say. Just shut up. And so while that takes some time, Aleister has some time recovering, so he's on his feet. But it doesn't say. But to Lashley, it just means it's spear time. So guess what? Like in the WrestleMania 36, we all watched. Lashley runs Black Mask, and Lashley. It's like those little moves you see in Mortal Kombat. The moment that hit you automatically you see that visual of a neck just breaking, just like
this is like the X-ray move in Mortal Kombat. It's just like
yes, and because and that was the devastating Black Mass. Lashley falls to his feet. I mean, he falls on his back.
Yeah.
No. Actually, no. He stumbles.
No.
Gets down to his all fours. But Aleister gets his foot underneath his chin, lifts him up, and bam! Another Black Mask. Just for good measure.
And basically, I'll put it this way. He gets hit so hard, not once, but twice. He is looking at the lights, which is weird because he landed on his stomach.
For the 1, 2, 3. Aleister Black wins.
By the way, that's not my joke, but it's still funny.
Oh, it is. And we just see Lana on the apron, horrified and shocked of how Lashley spoke to her, but horrified at what just happened. And we just ended there while Aleister is walking up the ramp, celebrating, basking in his victory. And then, of course, we do like a bit of a Raw graphics again, talking about the 6-man match between EC3, Andrade, and Angel Garza. Well, no. Sorry. Go ahead.
Angel Garza, Andrade, and a mystery tag partner.
Yes.
against Edge and the Street Profits.
Sorry about that, guys.
Again, it's like 1:30 in the morning, so all is forgiven. It's fine. We're almost out of here anyway, so let's send this to the wrap.
Yeah. But after that, we cut back, and so we get a package, and that's a Raw package of the Raw Women's Champ Becky Lynch reviewing her year from WrestleMania 35 to WrestleMania 36. No. Actually, much better. No. Yeah, that works. Reviewing her road, and then it just leads into a graphic to where we see Becky Lynch has been on where the commentators go. Becky Lynch has been nonstop dominant as her reign of Raw champion, but will her dominant will it reflect into her performance as she goes one-on-one against Ruby Riott coming up next? And then you get Ruby Riott coming out, and then later we get Becky Lynch, and we get into this match. Here's one thing I want to tell you guys with Riott. As we have done before, we had when I had Riott win that triple threat match on the Raw after WrestleMania, I wanted to get Riott as a serious competitor, as a genuine threat. This is where that stuff's going to start paying off, because in this match, Riott is going to start using her veteran skills that she's developed on the indies and in other promotions from part of WWE like FCW. And even though she had a short time in NXT, she was still a threat. And we're going to show that here by during the match. Becky is taken to the outside. Riott shoves her back first into the apron. And she repeatedly does this to Becky. Then she rolls Becky into the ring, drags her to a corner to where she's tying her up, bending her against the ring post, where she's trying to do certain damage to her lower back. Why do that? Because when Becky has somebody in the disarmer, what part of her body other than her arms is she using to wrench her back? Because Becky is making an arch with her back. So that pressure is going to go onto her lower back, preventing her from really putting the pressure on her opponents to tap them out. This is ring awareness. This is a veteran. This is showing her instincts, her experience in the ring, and also that she can be strategic, that she can be tactic. She has strategy and tactics to use. Yeah. And that plays out throughout the entire match. Becky, she can't do suplexes, unfortunately. When she tries to do a Bexploder, she can't even get her.
Nothing good.
All she can do throughout the entire match are clotheslines, forearms. Like, she's mainly doing strikings. And when she tries to do a drop kick, she has to land on her stomach. But when she forgets, when she does like a top rope drop kick, she lands on her back. Hurts more. Yeah. The more times Becky is trying to recover, or at least, do less with her back, the more times it gives Ruby to recover and take advantage. But then, of course, Ruby, even though she's good, she couldn't end it there. She had to make a statement. She had to do something, which leads to putting Becky on the top rope. She's going to do a top rope hurricanrana on her to put even more damage on that lower back. But the problem is that she kind of did too well of a job, because when she tries to curve Becky down, Becky feels a jolt in her back to where she grabs the ropes and leans back to where Ruby loses the grip from her legs and takes a nasty fall to the ground. It kind of looks like she landed on her face, but it's more of to where her face and her knees both hit the mat. But it looks as if her head took the most of that fall. And because of that, with Becky sensing an opportunity, but at the same time, not thinking clearly too, because of how much pain she is, she has her feet on the mid rope. She does that mid drop senton. She does like a leg drop senton. That leg drop senton. Yep. But unfortunately, the pain shoots right to the lower back, to where she and Ruby are kind of just like writhing on the ground in pain. And so Becky once again tries for a disarmer, but realizes it doesn't work. Ruby tries to capitalize by rolling her up, but Becky kicks out. But Becky's able to get out of it, and guess what? And she ends up doing a rear naked choke onto Ruby Riott, similar to the Asuka lock and to Shayna's little submission. But the thing with Becky is she's not on her back on this one. She's like Ruby is crawled on her hands and knees, and Becky is literally just right on top of her, putting the pressure onto her neck and having all of her weight on Ruby's back. Meaning, the more Ruby tries to resist or tries to roll to the side, Becky is just going to hold tighter and tighter. And until then, Ruby just passes out, and the ref just ends the match right then and there, where Becky wins. After the match, though, we get Charlie interviewing Becky, who has her feet ringside, leaned up against the apron. She, of course, tries to get a few words on Becky, but Becky clearly just says, "This year, since WrestleMania, I have been having nothing but new blood coming up. I got Shayna wanting another shot. I got Bianca Belair sniffing for the opportunity to take this title away from me. And now, just Nia Jax is trying to be even more hungry. We all know what she did to Charlotte. But unlike Charlotte, I'm not going to let that deter me. I still remember when she broke my face and gave me a concussion. I still remember that she kept me on the shelf for weeks. I couldn't defend my championship. I couldn't fight Ronda Rousey at Survivor Series. But one thing is for sure. When I go up against Nia, I will show her no mercy. I will not hold back." And as everyone saw here with Ruby Riott, what Riott did to me, that shows I need to step up. I need to add more tricks to the trade. I need to add more weapons in my arsenal. She ends her promo with pretty much letting Nia, Bianca, and Shayna know that Becky is going to be more dangerous than ever. So don't take her lightly. And then it ends her walking up to the ramp. But as she has her back turned to the Titantron, holding her title up high, who do we see creeping behind her and then knocking her down? Nia Jax.
I wouldn't say she's creeping up behind her. She just comes out of nowhere and just blasts her.
Okay, yeah, that works even better. All right. I was going to say that we see her walk from the Titantron and then she starts a run. But okay, but when I said creep up, it means it looks like she's stealthily sneaking up to her.
Yeah, it's like, but here's the thing: it's most effective when we don't see her. It's just boom out of nowhere.
Yeah. So Nia blasts Becky down. Becky once again is in pain because she's had a grueling match against Ruby Riott, and then Nia grabs the title, which she's claiming that she wants a shot at the Raw Women's Championship. She's not going to wait. She wants an opportunity, and then that fades to black. But let's keep going, ladies and gentlemen, because unlike Raw, we're not taking more than 4 or 5 minutes in a commercial break. So, coming back from that commercial break, we get Samoa Joe coming out unannounced. He just shows up because he can. He's Samoa Joe. And he starts off by saying, and he just starts off going, "Look, I may not have an opportunity to fight Drew McIntyre because somebody else has got a shot against him, but you best believe I'm going to be next in line. And I can see no better way than climbing a ladder, snatching a briefcase, and becoming Mr. Money in the Bank." So I'm telling you, so I'm putting this out there. I'm putting the word out to everybody in the backstage. Samoa Joe is putting himself in a Money in the Bank qualifying match. Best be on your guard, because the last thing you guys are going to see is the lights as I have you choked out on your back. And before Samoa Joe can leave, guess whose music we hear?
I hear voices in my head. They come to me. They understand. They talk to me.
You want to take this over?
Yeah. So basically, Randy Orton's coming down, and he's got this faux neck brace on. So it's not the standard one that I used to see where it's like it looks legit. It's that white foam neck brace. Looks like a neck massager.
Yeah.
He's walking down. It's like, "Joe, I respect everything you just said. Reminds me of a younger me when I was in Evolution, and then eventually when I broke away from Evolution, man." It's like you were, he's putting him over as he's walking down the ramp.
Yes.
As soon as he steps in the ring, Samoa Joe goes, "If you take one more step near me, I'm gonna put you on the injured reserve for a while, for like permanently." He's just like, "Okay." He's like, fair enough. I'll just stay over here. I like my health the way it is, So he goes, but you, if anyone deserves that shot, it's you. Now, I've had my time, and I've had my championships. I'd like one more, but right now I can't really do that right now. But if anyone can do it, I know it's you. So I just want to say that, and whatever. And so just make sure you have your head on a swivel. And he goes, he leaves, he sets the mic down, he goes to leave again, holding his neck brace. Orton leaves the ring. And while Joe is handing the microphone back to like a stagehand or whatever, like on the side of the ring,
yeah,
Orton slides back in as soon as Joe starts to turn back around. Orton slides back in, RKO's him, takes off his neck break, and goes, "Yeah, you're good, but you're not as good as me," and just throws the mic down on him and just walks off.
Oh my god, yeah, that I do like that. I mean, because this way when we do it, we show that Samoa Joe's not an idiot. He's not gullible. He's not going to allow himself to have Randy.
It's either that, or the last thing Orton says is "Never turn your back on a coiled snake."
Yeah. Well, I think that's what the commentators would go. Orton it shows Orton that no matter what, Orton will take any situation and turn it to his advantage. That was the point of our little segment here, to show that Orton, he is smart, he is patient, he will wait to strike. And with that, ladies and gentlemen, we are now moving into our last match of the night, and that is the 6-man tag team match with Garza and Andrade and a mysterious partner going up against the Street Profits and Edge. Now, Street Profits and Edge, they come out first. They do their little hype.
We want scope.
Yes.
We want scope.
Montez, it's been weeks since they have retained their Raw Tag Team Championships. They have shown that they are a force to be reckoned with, that they're going to keep the party going. And now we got ourselves the ultimate party goer in the Rated R superstar Edge. And we're going to keep this train going all year, baby. You're going to see every week on Raw, the Street Profits are going to bring you the smoke every night, every Monday night.
There you go.
Then we hear El Enebo, or how it is, El Enebro. God damn it. My Spanish sucks, so don't hate me for it. We get Andrade coming out with Zelina and
Tranquilo. That's what it is. Tranquilo.
Tranquilo. God, I forget that. El Tranquilo.
No, I thought it was just Tranquilo. That's what it was. It was just Tranquilo. Because El Idolo is what he calls himself, which is the idol.
El Idolo. That's it. That is it.
El Idolo.
All right. I'm not going to do it again because I suck at my Spanish. So they come out, and while they're walking halfway down to the ramp, we hear EC3's music.
No, not even EC3. EC3 is just still out of commission. It's Zelina Vega on a mic, and she goes, being the shrewd manager that I am, I have never left my eyes have never left NXT. That being said, I made one phone call and I was able to get this man as our tag team partner. It's Austin Theory. Austin Theory makes his Raw debut. Showing that Zelina still has her connections in NXT, where she can pull someone up if she needs to, which is where Austin Theory comes in. Nice, big, beefy dude, all Vince likes and such.
Or he's more very athletic. Yeah. Beefy.
Yeah, he's a big dude. But yeah, he's up. And they're making their way down. But it's a hell of a match. A couple of times, Andrade's going in, fighting like he has to. Yeah. Whatever. And then Edge spears him out of Andrade gets speared out of his boots a couple of times over, and he gets hit with the Street Profits finisher if they have a tag finisher.
Well, it's more of just like Montez ends the match with a frog splash.
Okay, basically what I'm saying is Andrade gets dunked on, and he gets dunked on heavily. And then 1, 2, 3, you're a winner of the Street Profits and Edge, whatever. Then we hear EC3's music. And it's like, oh, see, I told you that I had business later on tonight. And see, looks at his non-existent watch. The night's not over, especially for you, Andrade, because last week I won the #1 contenders match, the Fatal 4-Way #1 contenders match.
Yeah.
I don't know why he sounds like William Shatner, but he does. anyway, so we're not done here. So everyone else is like basically booking, just leaving him to his devices. Edge just kind of glares at him as he walks on by. They make eye contact. They're not doing anything, but they're still whatever. Mm-hmm. But so he makes his way down to the ring, and Andrade is he's still laid out from the frog splash and the spear, and he's all kinds of jacked up. And so it's Zelina Vega, Angel Garza, and Austin Theory at ringside. And so one thing that happens, he tries to talk to the ref, like, hey, get them out of here. Get them. I want them out of here. I'm not sure if he would do that, but it just to kind of even things up or whatever.
Yes.
So basically, it's like, Andrade, get up, whatever. Everyone's still in that ring, whatever. It's like, and as soon as Andrade gets up to his feet, the bell is rung. And he's just like, what is going on? Then he gets made aware of the situation when the announcer goes, this match is scheduled for one fall, and it's for the United States Championship. Andrade's like, what? Because remember, he was out for like the first.
Oh yeah, knocked out.
Yeah, he was out cold. He was like, what? And so Zelina's like, you got to fight. You have a title match now. He goes, you're kidding me. And whatever. So they're all whatever. And so they're going at it. It's a contested match because Andrade has hurt injured ribs because of, again, the spear and the frog splash. EC3 has the same hurt ribs because he took a spear earlier, but he's a bit more rested than Andrade is. Plus, Andrade just had a match. And he's got his various injuries. He's still, not injuries, but he's still got worn limbs and such.
Yes.
Lena and everyone else tries to get involved. So then finally the ref goes, you. And they get tossed out again. So it's just down to Andrade and EC3. And EC3, as Andrade's like turned around, like, what? He's arguing with them. You can't get rid of them. He gets turned around into the 1%er, and he gets the 1, 2, 3. EC3 is your new U.S. champion.
Yep. And that's how we end our night. EC3, he basks in the boos from the audience. He's holding the United States title while he's shouting out like to the hard cam, I told you, it's my time now. Edge who? This is EC3's time. While we end with a little title picture. Yeah. While we end with those small little captions in the corner as we fade to black from Monday Night Raw, closing out week 4 of the night.
Yep. And that should do it. I mean, this took us, if my guesstimations are correct, about an hour and a half to do all of it, which is good.
Well, I mean, we did have like half an hour informing people on our feelings, so
yeah,
maybe this is nearly like 50 minutes to an hour.
But it's still not bad. Bad. So yeah. But when everyone is watching this, when I release it, I think it would be Wednesday at like whenever. I think about 4-ish. I'll have the time code for if you want to skip right down to where we started this.
Yes.
But beyond that, like I said, there is the Major Wrestling Figure podcast link down in the description for the YouTube channel. There is also the link for the article that we had earlier. And I mean, we could start putting our social stuff up there, but I really don't have time for that right now.
Don't worry, everybody. I mean, you're gonna see us again later on. We'll plug our promotional stuff. We'll plug our social stuff later. But until then, you guys can check us out here on the Writers Ring. If you want to get caught up to what we've been talking about, look at our episode 1, how we booked Raw after WrestleMania. Look at episode 2 as we were booking originally to be hand in hand, and then you see from week 3 we threw the book out of the way and we just started taking this show in our own direction.
Yes, yeah, and you can see all that from the playlist that should be on the screen relatively soon, because I got the title card, I got the iCard up there in the corner, I got the playlist floating around somewhere over here, so you'll find some to watch, and I'll have the best relative thing here that you want that'll YouTube algorithms, which probably won't work for me right now because I've got like 12 subscribers.
And trust me, if you guys really do want short notes on our pitches, like if you can't don't worry. Sooner or later, we'll put a small list of recaps just so we can show you. Here's what happened. Here's what we did on this week here, because we understand not all. Some people who are gonna come on to our videos, they're not maybe going to want to look at all of them. So that's why we always do these recaps, just to let you know what we've had so far.
Right. And all right. So like I said, we will see you guys, I guess when we see you, hopefully Friday when we do the how we book fantasy book Friday Night Smackdown.
Yes.
We'll drop all the social stuff there and it'll be a lot better off there. So from both of us here, for Ryan and for myself, we'll see y'all next time. Bye-bye.